Usually what we call a six-pack is what we, well, all have. This obsession of having a defined core or a chiseled body roots from our fixation on the outcome. We see what we like and then we want it without any regards to how that thing could be achieved. And as the comedian Jimmy Carr once said,
Jimmy Carr broke my brain with this one. Everyone is jealous of what you've got. No one is jealous of how you got it.
nothing. I'll just give you some time to let that sink in. Now, if you want a six-pack that bad, then let me give you some pointers on how to become more process-oriented and how you can then drop your fixation for the outcome. We need visible abs. Well, then we have to reverse engineer this problem. We can see the abs when what gives us insulation is removed to a level that unearths the beautiful abdominal symmetry that evolution gave us. So you have to lose fat. Let's keep this aside for a second. You have muscles down there that have not been used in a real deliberate sense. Other than you reaching out for the snacks on the table in front of you, there is no training going on. That means you have to train those muscles just like any other muscle you train. But there is a catch. With abdominal muscles in question, which do recover quite quickly from fatigue, you do have an advantage in the form of your ab training sessions working great with tiny but intense working sets. But now, back to the catch. Because of the conventional narrow-mindedness usually taking the wheel when you try to get those abs, one tends to overlook familiarizing oneself with the process. You then manage to do the easy wishful thinking first, and then allow the process to take you for a bumpy ride with the inception of the work. So here is a reality check for how it gets from the start. You have to find comfort in knowing that it will hurt, and that you just have to find a way to be okay with it. Not to sound all Goggins, but a way I used to find joy in pain is by befriending it with a smile on my face. You don't run away from it, but allow the burning sensation to find itself as the main character in the bandwidth of your focus. You have to deeply cherish the pain. It's not a compulsion, but why not make an experience out of the long and mundane process of getting your six-pack abs? Done with the psychological conditioning, now we move to putting together a session that will test your newfound camaraderie with pain. Now, not to get anatomically specific, but a simple look at our abdomen tells us there are segments and muscles that, just like any muscle on our body, can be trained. Now, with their quick to recover ability, we can factor in tiny rest periods interspersed between our choice of exercises and do it in a circuit fashion. Bringing clarity to these three things is easy. I prefer 3 exercises that allow our abdomen to get a taste of mechanical tension and metabolic stress, which when combined lead to muscle damage. And these 3 things combined create a favorable environment for muscular hypertrophy. So let's take it up with the whiteboard. Here we are with our exercises. Of course, we have to train the entire core and hit all the segments and our muscles. So what we are going to do, half crunches. Now this is something that I do. If you want to include different exercises, you can find them online, but 3, maybe 4 or 5 exercises will be enough. I stick with 3. Half crunches, boat flickers. This can be done on the floor or on a bench. And then, last but not the least, hanging knee raises. It's going to train your lower abdomen like nothing else. Then you be moved to repetitions. Do 20 repetitions of each of these exercises. But that isn't enough. And then you have to split that into a circuit format where you're doing 2, maybe 3 or even 4 or 5 sets of these exercises. So you do 20 of these, 20 of these, 20 of these, and then you repeat that for 2, 3, 4 or maybe 5 times. If you can't repeat it for that long, then you can start with 2, only when you are new to this. To sum it up, your journey to getting your six-pack is a 2-step process. Number 1, eat for a reason unless it's taste. And the best one, train your core frequently.